Today, let's talk about meetings. In my opinion, every meeting should have a very clear purpose, and it can be one of the six purposes that any meeting can be uh, held for. First one, it's a brainstorming meeting, which means that you come together and you are looking for ideas to solve a specific problem. The way you design this brainstorming meeting is very different from the way you design any other meeting. The context matters, how prepared people are when they come into the meeting matters, creative prompts matter. Um, and yeah, I mean, there's a lot that you can do to prepare and plan for a brainstorming meeting. The second kind of meeting is to deliberate and decide, which means that you've already identified one, two, or three options. You need to figure out which is the best option given the current circumstances, and then make a decision and move forward. So again, we need to know who are the decision makers, whose decision and whose inputs are needed for making those decisions, making sure that they are in the room from a planning point of view, making sure that everyone knows and understands the options that are available on the table for discussion, making sure that the discussion is kind of conducted in a way which is focused on those three options, more or less, and not allow for meandering conversations or thoughts. So it's very focused, deliberate discussions that needs to happen, which kind of looks at all the pros and cons of every one of the options that you're discussing. So very different meeting from a brainstorming meeting, which is more exploratory in nature. The third kind of meetings that you can actually hold is what I call proposals and discussions. So this is where people can actually come together and seek help or propose new ways of working or have ideas that they would like to contribute, not necessarily to solve something which is broken, but to actually make something better. Need not have been broken, but you still find a way to make something better. So kind of discuss again the way you set up the meeting, the way you ensure who all gets invited to the meeting, what the agenda is, how you run the meeting is very different vis-a-vis running either a brainstorming meeting or a deliberate to decide kind of a meeting. So the next kind of meeting is an update meeting. So generally speaking, I would rather avoid having an update meeting, and I would just send out an email to everyone with the update uh, attached either in the form of a PowerPoint or in the form of a Word document or in the form of an Excel sheet. But there are times when you need to make sure that everyone is heard and knows about the update, and which means that you need to hold these update meetings, and not just there. I mean, also to kind of give an opportunity for people to ask questions about what it is that they are being updated on the progress that has been made, and if there are any questions that and comments that people would like to make, to hear those questions and comments. So that's the fourth kind of meeting. The fifth kind of meeting is to bring alignment to a conversation, to a direction that we want to go through. So this kind of a meeting is very different from every other kind of a meeting, simply because in this case, as a leader, you've already decided to go a direction and you feel that there is resistance within the team to go in that direction, or there is something stopping from everyone being aligned to go in the same direction. So how you run this meeting is very different. So in this case, you make sure that you invite people who have a differing opinion to share their opinion and have a kind of a influencing conversation with everyone as to know why the direction that you want to go is probably the right direction, and find a way to align everyone's thinking in the same direction. So the way you run this meeting is very different from everything else. And the last one, which is the sixth one, is an execution meeting, which um, this is typically the project meeting, as to know, where you assign tasks to people, and the focus is purely from an execution point of view. So which is where you come together and you say, okay, here is what we need to achieve, here are the tasks, and here is what you are supposed to do, here is what you're supposed to do, here is what you're supposed to do. And at the end of the day, when the next time we meet, everyone gives an update in terms of, okay, here is what I was supposed to do, here's what happened, here is where I have a challenge, here is where I can seek help, I can use help, and here is what I have achieved. And everyone goes about around the table, shares the report, not only talks about the report, but also talks about and help that they need. What are the red flags? What are the green flags? What has already been achieved? And things like that. So it's proper execution meeting where your primary focus is all around executing on a strategy or on a project that you are already on. So those are the 6 kinds of meetings that you can hold. And my recommendation and the way I kind of run meetings is also you cannot mix and match. So if it is an update meeting, it is an update meeting. If it is a deliberate to decide meeting, it is a deliberate to decide meeting. If it is a brainstorming meeting, it is a brainstorming meeting. If it is a proposal and discussions meeting, it is a proposal and discussions meeting. If it is an update meeting, it is an update meeting. If it is an alignment meeting, it is an alignment meeting. If it is an execution meeting, it is an execution meeting. Singular focus makes the meeting that much more effective, helps you identify who needs to be in the room and avoid bringing everyone else into the room, helps you identify how and plan how to run the meeting, ensures that the people who attend the meeting go back with a sense of having accomplished something rather than having attended another meeting which kind of didn't move the needle forward. Think about it. Take care.